Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As I continue to do namaz, wird, zikr, my ego keeps trying to fool me to think that I'm so saintly now.
Desserts.
As I do it, I keep picturing myself being admired by others. I know that if I go to Dergah, it will help, but I'm still too weak to travel. How can I fight this?
It's not on. Tell them to turn it on. Say that question again.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay.
As I continue to do namaz, wird, and zikr, my ego keeps trying to fool me to think that I am so saintly now. As I do it, I keep picturing myself being admired by others. I know that if I go to Dergah, it will help, but I'm still too weak to travel. How can I fight this?
First become strong to travel, and then travel. Then when you come here, don't worry. We're all going to be helping you. What's necessary, all those wrong things are going to go away. You're going to get washed up, knock wall to wall, that's all. So, before you come, you see, tafakkur, it is very important in Islam. It's okay, give. What is tafakkur? It is meditation. It means thinking, not to meditate those nonsense kinds of meditation. Why is thinking, tafakkur, important in Islam, in Tasawwuf? Because, as our Shaykh says, the Holy Prophet is saying, 1 hour of tafakkur, 1 hour of meditation, it is better than 70 years of worship. We should calculate 70 years, how many hours there is. There must be some secret in there too. Just 1 hour, it is better than 70 years of worship, voluntary worship. To make tafakkur, to think. I'm saying nonsense kind of meditation because you're sitting down and making zikir and awrat and your wirid and everything and thinking that you are so saintly, that is also tafakkur, but that is a nonsense tafakkur. Nonsense tafakkur. And you need to hear this over and over again. When I think, take your tasbih and say, I make nonsense tafakkur, I make nonsense tafakkur, I make nonsense tafakkur. Because you're sitting there, and then you're thinking, because you do a couple of things that I'm saying, I understand that. The ego is going to trick you that way. Of course you're doing something good, of course it's clean, but the tafakkur that is loved by Allah and His Prophet, it is to sit and it is to think, not how close you are to Allah, which is fantasy, delusion most of the time, but it is to think, it is to know and understand how far away you are from Allah and what other things that is veiling you, that is stopping you, pulling you back from coming close to Allah. That is tafakkur. So you want to make tafakkur, you want to think. When you're making your zikir, don't think that you are just making zikir and you're being saintly because you clean up. Understand, think. Sit down and think about your past. This is what we're going to be asked at the Day of Judgment anyway. Allah is not going to ask about our present. We're there. He's not going to ask about the future. He's going to ask about the past. So sit and think when you're making that zikir, when you're saying astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Don't just say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Say astaghfirullah for what? Because of this I did. Because of this wrong I did. Because of this I took away people's rights. Because of this I disobeyed Allah. Because of this I was like this. Because of this I was like that. Sit and think. Because this is exactly what is going to happen on Judgment Day. They're going to say, what did you do? Open his book. They're going to say, open his book. Our books are going to be open and it's going to be read for all of creation to see. And those two angels that are recording, Kiraman and Katibin, they don't make any mistake. They take video. You can't change, you can't edit. You're going to see, and there is no way that you're going to even cover up for anything or have any excuse. So that is the tafakkur that is important for us to do. To sit, I did this, astaghfirullah, I did that, astaghfirullah. Then, step by step, you say, okay, I did. Step by step, after saying astaghfirullah, step by step you're going to think, why did I do it? What is the reason? What is the reason I lied like that? Not just to say astaghfirullah, I lie, but to understand why you lie. Oh, I lie to escape. Why you want to escape? Because the punishment is very small, maybe. Oh, I lied because I want to make myself to look as if I'm perfect. I'm not making mistake. Why is that? Keep asking yourself why, and why, and why, and why, and why, and why, coming to the bottom of the reason. Then you discover. Because of my ego. Because I was in ghaflat. So you start to understand yourself. Then your astaghfirullah will make more sense. So that is the tafakkur that is important that you do. And never forget that. Whatever that we have done. Not only last year, the year before, going back today. Did we wake up renewing our shahadat? Did we wake up with our hearts remembering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or are we running to the dunya? What did we do today? So now you're going to start judging yourself. You're going to start analyzing yourself. You're going to start looking at your days properly. You are judging yourself. You judge yourself now. They're going to be very easy for you on the day of judgment because you've done everything already. You're not judging, you're not asking, you're not understanding. At that time, oh, the day of judgment, it will last for thousands years because they're going to make you. Do you understand? I don't understand. Make him to understand. You're going to suffer a lot, and that is just the first step. This is understanding our reality. This is not just one trick to get higher stations, one trick that I'm teaching you that you can make progress. No. Then that time, slowly you'll come to that station too, where when you're sitting down to make the zikir of Allah, shame will cover you. You'll approach the zikir, you're going to approach your namaz with shame. Because now you are going to be in front of your Lord. And the proper conduct of a servant in front of his Lord is shame. It is not pride. Pride is for the Lord, for the Master, for Allah. It is not for the servant. But to know what it is. And to understand that even with all this dirtiness that I have, your mercy you are still showing to me. And that shame will be combined with that love that you say, I understand, but how great you are. That time, when you say words like Allahu Akbar, you're going to understand what you're saying. It's not just words for you. Understand? You understand from this talk, cut your first ticket here, get well, and then I'll show you and knock you wall to wall. Who do you think we are? Who do we think we are? Yeah. Because all that zikr and all that prayers and everything that we are doing, all of that can be cancelled and turned to zero in 1 second, 1 instant. It can be thrown to garbage in 1 instant. That's why after we finish prayer, first you have to say Astaghfirullah. After you've done your wird, you have to say Astaghfirullah. Because whatever that we're doing, it doesn't reach directly to Allah just like that too. Huh? What do you think? Allah knows, of course He knows. Allah sees, of course He sees everything. But to be admitted to His divine presence, oh, you think it's so easy? To be admitted to His divine presence? For everything, our amal, our work, to make that miraj to Allah, you think is that easy? As Shaykh Efendi says, before it reaches to the first paradise, the angels seeing that worship and say, this is filled with arrogance, this is filled with pride, this is filled with ghaflat. They say, this is no good for divine presence, even if you stay up whole night doing it without that sincerity. And that sincerity comes when you know yourself. It's not how much you do, but once you know yourself. It doesn't come with that sincerity. There's a whole lot of worship, but it's insincere because it's filled with anger or pride or ghaflat. The angels are going to say, take this and throw it back to His face. That's why you see so many people, their prayers never reach nowhere. They don't know themselves, they don't know their Lord. But some, you see, they're not even praying properly, but they know themselves. And their Lord knows them very well. And they open their hands, and whatever they want, their Lord gives. Those are the ones that are sincere. History has shown over and over again. We are here in Tariqat to understand that secret, but it's not a secret anymore. It's not understanding, it is doing. Musa alayhi salam understood. Did he understand? He understood. Did Hizr alayhi salam make it into any secret about how to have success with him? Did he say that? No. First he said, Hizr alayhi salam saying to Musa alayhi salam, first he's saying, you will fail. You cannot come with me. Hizr alayhi salam, they're saying, some are saying he's not even a prophet. Even if he is, he was, let's say he was. It's better for us to say that he is. But who was he speaking to? He was speaking to the one who speaks to Allah, Kalimullah, the one who's given a book, the one who's given a nation. And Musa alayhi salam said to him, this is in the Quran, Musa alayhi salam said, my Lord sent me to you. I have to be with you to learn from you. And Hizr alayhi salam took 1 second to look at him and say, you cannot. Can you imagine? And Musa alayhi salam says, no, please, you will find me patient. So, you have no patience. Say, please. Say, okay. Since you're saying that, but I give you only 3 chances. Only 3. 3 strikes and you're out. So was that a secret to Musa alayhi salam about how to get this, the secret teachings from Hizr? No, it's not a secret. It says, you cannot ask, you have to submit. The submission is not just accepting. Submission is understanding what you're submitting to. It is not blind. It is completely taking off the blindfold, taking off your heart, and understanding what it is that is in front of you. And that understanding will hurt. That understanding is going to cause you a lot of pain, because that understanding, like I said, you have to rip open your heart to understand that. Because it's so easy to just say, why? How? What? But for you to understand without using the tongue of your heart, the tongue in your body, when you don't use that, you will understand through the tongue of your heart. Then the hearts will speak to each other. You don't know, the hearts will speak to each other and you will know. you'll figure it out. It's not that difficult. But you have to submit. So, inshallah Rahman, we are very far away from that. We are taking baby steps. May it be counted, inshallah. We are holding on to the jubbah of our Shaykh, not to anything else. May it be counted, inshallah. Fatiha. Amen.